Hello everyone, and welcome to Behind the Bulletin. Today, we bring you breaking news so shocking, so unexpected, that it has thrown the entire entertainment world into chaos. Moments ago, a monumental event unfolded in Beijing. Just in. Mei Mei gives birth in Beijing. Yulong drops a baby named Bombshell. What happened inside that Beijing hospital? Why is Yulong's baby name reveal sending fans into a frenzy? And what hidden meaning lies behind this sudden, explosive announcement? Stay with us, because the story begins right now. The chaos erupted at exactly 7:14 a.m. Beijing time. What began as an ordinary morning, soft sunrise over the city skyline, commuters rushing through the chilly air, cafes opening their doors, was shattered by an urgent alert from multiple media outlets. A single sentence appeared across breaking news tickers. In bright red, Mei Mei has given birth in a Beijing hospital. In a matter of seconds, the nation exploded into movement. Social media flooded with hashtags. Fans scrambled to confirm the news. Entertainment reporters sprinted toward the hospital like a tidal wave of flashing cameras and speculation. No one expected the birth to happen this early. No one expected it to be so sudden. And absolutely no one expected what happened next. The hospital, normally quiet, conservative, tucked away behind a row of gecko trees, was barricaded by security guards who appeared as if they had been summoned long before dawn. Stern expressions offered no clues, no reassurances, no answers to the chaotic crowd forming outside. The atmosphere felt thick, charged, almost trembling, as if the walls themselves were holding back secrets. Inside, the air was even heavier. Nurses whispered urgently as they rushed through hallways. Doctors moved with unusual purpose. Private rooms were sealed. Curtains were drawn. Phones were confiscated from staff members. It was clear that this was no ordinary celebrity birth. It was a meticulously coordinated operation. Someone powerful wanted absolute control. At the center of the storm, Mei Mei lay in a private suite on the hospital's top floor. Pale but glowing. Exhausted yet radiant. She held her newborn baby against her chest. The room smelled of warm blankets and quiet joy. And yet, beneath the softness of that tender moment was an undercurrent of tension, because the father, Yulong, had yet to arrive. For weeks, tabloids speculated their relationship had grown strained. Mysterious unfollows, cancelled appearances, vague PR statements, all added fuel to a fire fans couldn't decipher. Some claimed Yulong had been avoiding responsibility. Others insisted Mei Mei was preparing to raise the child on her own. But earlier that morning, everything changed when Yulong was spotted racing through the airport, unshaven, frantic, wearing the same clothes he had been photographed in 2 days earlier in Shanghai. Now, the world waited. 8:03 a.m., Yulong burst through the hospital doors, surrounded by guards struggling to contain the media frenzy. His expression was a mixture of panic, determination, and raw emotion, something fans had never seen from him. He sprinted through the corridor, ignoring shouts, cameras, and chaos, heading straight toward Mei Mei's room. What happened next became the most replayed moment of the day. A nurse accidentally left the door slightly ajar just as Yulong reached it. A reporter's camera captured a sliver of the scene, the exact moment he saw his newborn for the first time. Face broke. Not from shock. Not from confusion. But from overwhelming, unrestrained love. It was a moment so raw, so vulnerable, that fans across the internet found themselves crying without understanding why. But the true shockwave was only beginning. 8:27 a.m., Yulong stepped outside the room and walked straight into the press conference area, an improvised setup overflowing with journalists desperate for answers. His hair was disheveled, his eyes red, unsteady. It was clear he had not planned to speak. But something inside him had snapped into clarity. He raised a microphone. "I have something to say," he announced, voice cracking with emotion. The room fell silent. Yulong looked down for a moment as if gathering the courage of a lifetime. Then he lifted his gaze, eyes blazing with a mix of pride, fear, something else, something bold. "I'm here," he said firmly. "I'm not running. I'm ready to tell the world my child's name." Reporters gasped. Fans froze mid-comment. Even the hospital staff whispered in disbelief. No one expected Yulong to reveal the baby's name. Not today. Not this soon. And certainly not without negotiations from agencies. Yet here he was, Vulnerable, trembling, defiant, preparing to drop a bombshell that would change the narrative forever. The energy in the conference room shifted into a near-electric crackle. Phones were raised. Live streams surged to millions of viewers within seconds. Reporters leaned forward like predators sensing their moment. Yu Long's chest rose and fell sharply. Silence around him felt suffocating, as though even the air understood how monumental this moment was. He cleared his throat again, gripping the microphone so tightly his knuckles turned pale. "We didn't choose this day," he began. "But it seems destiny chose it for us." He hesitated, just long enough for tension to twist into the stomachs of everyone watching. Then he dropped the first shock. "Daughter's name is Long Xinyu." The room exploded. Journalists shouted questions. Online broke into tears. The name ricocheted across the internet with speed that rivaled lightning. But why was the name shocking? Because only minutes later, Yu Long revealed the meaning. "Xinyu," he said slowly, voice cracking, "is the joy of my heart. And I chose this name before Mei Mei even told me she was pregnant." Gasps echoed like on fire. He wasn't done. He continued, "I knew. Somehow, I knew. Even before she said the words. I felt something in me shift. And I wrote the name down in my journal months ago. Never told anyone. Not even her." Reporters were stunned. Fans screamed in disbelief. It was a confession so raw, so intimate, that even the harshest critics quieted. Yu Long's voice softened as he continued. "When she told me, I panicked. Ran. I was scared. Not of being a father. Not knowing how to be one." He swallowed hard. "I thought she was better off without me. I thought I didn't deserve to be in her life or our child's life." Silence thickened. Cameras flashed, but no one spoke. Then, he continued, emotion thick in his voice, "This morning, I saw my daughter for the first time. Everything inside me broke." His hands trembled. "I realized running was the biggest mistake of my life." He paused, looking directly into the nearest camera as if speaking to Mei Mei through the lens. "So Mei Mei, if you see this, I'm staying. I'm fighting. And if you'll let me, I will spend every day proving that I am worthy of being her father." The room erupted, not with chaos. The stunned, emotional quiet. Even reporters who built careers on cold objectivity found themselves blinking away unexpected tears. But the bombshell wasn't over. At that moment, the doors behind Yu Long opened. Yang Mei Mei stood there, pale but ethereal, cradling her newborn daughter. Gasps filled the room. Yu Long turned, eyes wide, breath gone. Mei Mei stepped forward, each movement slow but steady, eyes locked onto his. The world watched, breathless. As she approached him, Yu Long's lips trembled. She stopped in front of him. "You already are her father," she whispered. He broke. Neatly. He covered his face, overwhelmed, sobbing into his hands as Mei Mei placed their tiny daughter into his arms. His shoulders trembled violently as he held the baby for the second time. But the first time in front of the world. Cameras captured every tear, every gasp, every fragile second of the moment. "Welcome home," Mei Mei whispered. Yu Long looked up, eyes filled with gratitude, grief, determination, and an emotion too deep for words. Just like that, the story shifted. From scandal to redemption. Fear to courage. From separation to family. The press conference ended. One truth remained. It wasn't just a birth announcement. It was a rebirth, for all three of them. And China would remember this day forever. In the end, what unfolded in that Beijing hospital became far more than breaking news. It was a moment of raw humanity, of fear, regret, love, and redemption converging in a single unforgettable day. Mei Mei's courage, Yu Long's vulnerability, and the fragile innocence of their newborn daughter revealed a truth the public had never seen so clearly. Behind fame, behind rumors, behind the relentless pressure of the spotlight, are real hearts struggling, breaking, healing, and fighting for family. What began as shock turned into something deeper, a story of growth, forgiveness, and second chances. And as Yu Long cradled his daughter in front of the world, changed. This was no longer a tale of scandal, but a powerful reminder that sometimes the most unexpected moments become the ones that define us. Thank you for joining us through every twist, every revelation, and every emotional heartbeat of this incredible journey. Your support, your curiosity, And your presence are what keep Behind the Bulletin alive. With us, because behind every headline lies another story waiting to be uncovered. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.